Hello, my name is Ryan Burke, and this is my brief video to introduce myself and also answer your questions. First, what draws me to be a leader at a school that serves kids from historically resilient communities? First, I think it's just like my purpose in life at this point. It's what I'm most passionate about. And when I think about like what's poured into that, a lot has, but it stems back to kids. The kids I've taught, built relationships with. I've gotten to know their potential, their hopes, their dreams, all those things. And it's like not acceptable, the opportunity they're given. The opportunity is so inconsistent. And it shouldn't be that way. Every kid should have the opportunity to like go forth and live out their best self. And that's not the reality of the world we live right now. An example I want to give, I was coaching at Tulsa Public Schools, and I was in a second grade reading class, and I was coaching an emergency certified teacher, never taught before. And I walk in, first observation, she has her back to the kids, writing spelling words on the board. Kind of class kind of going wild behind her. And when I ask her, like, hey, she, has all these mindsets and things, kids should just, they should be, I don't know what's happening. How do I get this? Well, we coached through it. We worked on prep, we worked on radar, and we also worked on like who's responsible for teaching these kids. That same year, she got way better, getting to 100% on task pretty frequently. It was great. She leaves. Couple years later, I'm in the same class, same school, same grade level. Emergency certified teacher, never taught before, back to the class, writing spelling words on the board. And like in that moment, it was so clear, like the revolving door and like the impact of the teacher shortage. And like, to me, it just highlights the importance of retention. And it highlights like why I need to be here, like what grounds me here. But also like the type of school I want to be a leader at. Like a leader that a school that acknowledges the importance of sustainable results and teacher retention. Second question, the best manager I've had, his name was Chris Cantu, and he was a consultant for CT3. And he trained me and kind of managed my way to learning how to be a real-time teacher coach. What that is it's using a headset to give live feedback to teachers to implement high leverage action steps. So why is he my favorite? Why is he the best? I think it's the level of inspiration he brought. Like he brought me so into this pretty radical idea of like using headsets to coach teachers. But it's because he had like example after example after example of him using this to turn around schools, turn around classrooms, like literally change the trajectory of some kids' lives. So genuine. So that was like the first thing. The second is leading through example. So when he coached me, it wasn't just like, here's your action step, here's what it looks like, go forth. It was, gave me all the knowledge, and then he took like two of my teachers that I was coaching and went through a whole cycle with them using the headset. And then he's like, all right, I want you to do it, but I'm going to be there in your ear the whole way, right? I'm going to be whispering in your ear what to do. I'm like, okay, cool. So we kind of do it together. And finally, he's like, I'm hands off now. You got it. So the level of clarity of how to like actually implement these cycles, like I owe all to Chris. Finally, what's one thing I've learned in my time as a leader at a school? I think my first priority should be to inspire teachers, to rally teachers around our vision, arc of the year, like whatever you want it to be. It's to buy teachers in. And that brings me to my second point. Building trust is almost as important as like the systems and skills themselves. It's not as important in my opinion, because I think if you have low expectations for teachers, like you're not going to get sustainable outcomes or excellent outcomes. But I think it's almost as important, because if teachers have to be vulnerable to be coached, and if they trust you, it just goes so much smoother. Thank you for listening.